Yeah, just that good. Yeah. Yeah, I meant to do that. Into that too. Let's just. See, I'll get it at the end. I'm gonna get bullseye. I'm not gonna get bullseye. Welcome to my kitchen. You may be wondering, wow, this is a nice kitchen. How'd you inherit it? Mind your own business. You don't want to know what finds out. You'll find out how I inherited my kitchen. Don't want to know. My hand is detached from the body. So today, I realized something. I'm not a very good chef. You know, sometimes I take soy sauce and I just chug it down, and it's probably not good for my health. So I've decided something. Instead of trusting myself to make all of the delicious meals, we're gonna have somebody else do it for us. They're gonna teach us how to make some delicious meals. So today, welcome to Cooking with Autumn. So first up on our list of guest chefs, we have Babish, who is going to teach us how to make Swedish meatballs. Now, I'm not going to have everything he has, but we can substitute. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's go.
Make for our Swedish meatballs are some quick pressed pickles, for which we're going to need one large cucumber. You can optionally use a peeler to create a sort of pattern on the outside of the cucumber, but if you're like me and you're not very artistically inclined, you might end up regretting it. Either way, we are slicing it as thin as possible, either by hand or on the thinnest setting.
Got it. So, that's our cube. We gotta make some. Do we even have that? Oh no, I don't think we have those. We have cucumbers, good news. We have the cucumbers. I want to make them thin as possible. That's not very thin. That's kind of thin. That's not thin at all. Okay. Why do we need cucumbers for Swedish meatballs? That's just gonna be eternally spinning, I guess. Alright, Babish, what's next?
On our mandolin slicer before commencing the quick pickling process, combining 2 tablespoons of white vinegar and 2 tablespoons of sugar, tiny whisk together.
Okay, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. I don't know if I have that, but I have balsamic vinegar. Wait, rice vinegar, oil. rice vinegar should do. Was it salt? I don't remember. Let's ask him. Tablespoons of sugar. Do we have sugar? I genuinely do not know if we have sugar. We have sugar. Good news. We can't put it into a teaspoon though, so we're gonna have to improvise. Gotta put all this in there. Here. It's probably fine. Need a tiny little thing to put them in. This bowl should do. Okay, so 2 teaspoons. Can I measure teaspoons? Can I measure teaspoons? Bad news, I can't measure teaspoons. We're gonna have to wing it. Right. So, rice vinegar. Yeah, that's probably enough. And then some sugar. Perfect. And then we need a whisk. We don't have whisks, but we do have an immersion blender. That should probably do fine. Now we pour it into here. And then what do we do next?
Pickling process. So we want to weigh them down using a bowl that fits inside of our initial bowl, and then weigh that bowl down with something heavy, like, I don't know, this will probably work. But on the off chance my apron becomes wrinkly in the next half hour, I'm going to use a cast iron pan. Then we're letting these guys sit at room.
Alright, a cast iron pan. I probably have that. Do I have that? It's a regular pan, but it should do. It's probably fine. Alright.
Temperature for 30 minutes, during which time we can prepare some herbs. An entirely optional tablespoon each chopped fresh dill and parsley. That along with some kosher salt and fresh.
Some dill and parsley. Some dill and some parsley. I see that's bay leaf, that's sage, that's dill. Yum. So. Looks like grass. However. Just need to chop it up, right? Don't mind me, I just dropped my dill. You know, regular Tuesday night. Actually, it's a Tuesday night as I'm recording this. Right, so we need some more dill. How much dill will let us put in here? That's probably enough. Oh, I dropped my dill. That's fine. Alright, that's probably enough dill. Alright, now let's cut it up. See? I did it. I don't think it cut up in this game. We're just gonna have to use whole dill. It's gonna be a whole ordeal. There was a dill stuck to the outside of that bowl. Rosemary, parsley. That's parsley. Picking up the parsley. Alright, I don't know what we're gonna need this for, but we'll find out.
Freshly ground black pepper to taste. We're going to add to the pickles, give them a mix, and there you have it. Pressed pickles. Next up, I want you to ask yourself, have you considered...
Alright, so, you're done now, right? No, that wasn't an invitation to get out. So, you're gonna take my dill. You're gonna take my parsley. I'm gonna blend you up. Oh, it went everywhere. It's fine, you probably don't need it anyway.
the lingonberry? Where is it from?
Lingonberry?
What is it? Am I saying it right? No one knows the answers to these questions, but we do know that Swedish meatballs are commonly served with lingonberry jam, and that, if you can't find it, good old-fashioned cranberry sauce makes for an acceptable substitute. 1 pound fresh or frozen cranberries simmered together with half a cup each water and sugar until the berries have all burst and a thick, jam-like consistency is achieved. Anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, let it cool completely and refrigerate until ready to use. Next and last on our list of make-aheads is...
So, we don't have cranberry. Let me see. What could be... This could probably substitute for a berry, right? Right. So, want a big pot. Put some oranges in there. I mean, at the end of the day, oranges are just really big berries, right? So we have to wait for the berries to burst until a thick jam-like consistency is achieved. This may take a while. Yeah, they're not cooking. Heating, but it should work. There we are. We now have an orange jam. What we will do with this, I do not know.
Mashed potatoes. I have here
Mashed
3 pounds of
potatoes.
russet potatoes that I'm going to peel and cut into half-inch cubes, throwing them directly into a bowl of room temperature water, both to prevent them from discoloring and to rinse off excess starch. Go ahead and dry.
Alright, so we need about 4 potatoes. Potato. And look, they're already peeled. What do you know? Now, getting them into half-inch cubes. That's another story. I don't think the game will let me, but we'll see. Let's see here. Just need to cut as much as I can. Your right touch controller's battery is low. I do not care. I'm trying to have a grand old time making mashed potatoes. Alright, now, we need a pot of room temperature water. I can do that. I can get that. Okay, so I got myself a pot of room temperature water. Alright, there's some pickle juice in there, but probably nothing to worry about. Alright.
Drain these once you're done chopping them, and then place them into a pot with some fresh cool water and a whole bunch of kosher salt, covering, bringing to a boil, and simmering gently for about 15 minutes until the potatoes...
Alright, you heard the man, kosher salt. We don't have kosher salt, we don't have regular salt. It works just fine. Okay, ready? Probably good enough. You gotta bring it to a... Hang on a second. Thought you could escape? Nuh-uh. We gotta bring it to a boil. Don't know how long that'll take, but shouldn't take too long. Potatoes are ready. What do we do next, Babish?
Are completely tender. Drain these guys, and then it's time to mash using your mash method of choice. I like to
Rain them. Uh-oh. I can't drain them. I do have an idea of what we could do. There we go. That's good. Then we got mash them, you said?
rice. Once all the potatoes have been riced, we're following standard mashed potato procedure by combining 1 1/4 cups milk with 4 ounces of unsalted butter that we're going to bring to a bare simmer before pouring.
Alright, so my mashing method of choice is immersion blender. So, there we go, they're mashed. Okay, 1 1/4 cups of milk with 4 pounds of unsalted butter. I need another pot. Probably just a small pot this time. See, I know we have milk, so raw sour cream, coconut milk, and milk. I don't have a way to measure cups, so we're just gonna pour the entire thing in. Yeah, that's probably enough. Butter. Do we have butter? Is butter a thing you can have? I don't know. Alright, no butter. We're just gonna have to put it in milk.
Potatoes and mixing until homogeneous with a sprinkle of white pepper, a coy grating of freshly grated nutmeg, something I think works particularly well with the spices in this recipe, and just a whole lot of kosher salt to taste, something
Pepper, nutmeg, and kosher salt. You got it. So, pepper. I've got pepper. I want to keep the fridge open. It's bad practice. Nutmeg. Do I have nutmeg? Do I have nutmeg? That's a question. I do not seem to have nutmeg. We don't know what nutmeg is. But cinnamon stick should probably do the job. There we go. No. Got my cinnamon sticks. It's okay, they'll go in there. And kosher salt. And then we mix till homogeneous. You know what that means. Yeah. Meant to do that.
I learned recently is that hot things taste saltier than not as hot things. So,
Oh, really?
Do with that what you will. Anyway, mashed potatoes, done. Next and last, the star of the show, the Swedish meatballs, for which we're going to grate half a medium onion on the large holes of a box grater. These guys are going to get sauteed until soft and lightly brown.
Okay, onion. I have an onion. I don't have a grater. I could probably just use a knife. Oh, that's not normal. Okay.
Browned in a cast iron or carbon steel pan with 1 tablespoon of melted butter. Anywhere
Only 2 of the whatever. It's good enough for me. What's next?
from 3 to 5 minutes over medium-high heat, adding a little bit of salt to help draw out moisture. Then we're spreading these out on a rim baking sheet to allow them to cool completely before we add them to our meatball mix.
Okay, so I have a grill pan. It's good enough. It's flat. Gotta straighten them out. There we go. That good? I believe it's good.
Which we're going to start, as we so often do, by making a panade. Half a cup of unseasoned breadcrumbs, 1 large egg, half a cup of milk, half a teaspoon of
breadcrumbs, large egg,
a cup of milk, half a teaspoon
and milk. Breadcrumbs, egg, and milk. I don't have breadcrumbs, but I do have cloves. Probably. Okay, so egg. Do we have egg? I don't believe we have egg. We have scallop. That's good enough. And milk. Oh, somebody's gonna have to clean that up. And that's somebody I don't need. Okay, so what's next?
teaspoon of white pepper and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground allspice.
Okay, so white pepper and allspice. I know where the white pepper is. Allspice. I think we have an allspice. Should do. That's good.
Tiny whisk together into a smooth mixture that's going to help keep our
Cool, tiny whisk. I don't have a tiny whisk. Come to me. Perfect.
meatballs moist and give them structure. Speaking of which, it's time to add the meat. You can use your meatball mix of choice. You want 1 pound of meat total. I'm going half beef, half pork. Add
Okay, half beef, half pork. Huh. You know I have pork. Do I have beef? Yes, I have the beef chunk. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, we need another big pot. Oh boy. Beef chunk. Pork shoulder. Get in there. There you are. I knew you could do it.
our onions and about a teaspoon or a big old pinch of kosher salt.
Okay, so onions and salt. Oh no, an onion fell. No, where's the salt? Where'd I put the salt? There's the salt. Good.
And get to mixing this stuff together by hand until it is a smooth, homogeneous mass.
Okay. I can't do that by hand. You know what that means. Alright, cool. We now have 3 things of liquid.
One that we
What are
can
gonna
begin
do
to
this?
shape into meated balls. The Swedish variety of which are typically on the smaller side of the meatball spectrum.
You know what? I got a better idea. I'm gonna take some meat, I'm gonna cut it up, and we're gonna dip it in the sauce. Idea? Good idea. Thanks, meat. Good enough. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm shooting for no bigger than an inch so as to maximize my potential number of meatballs eaten in one sitting. Once everybody's formed up and impeccably arranged on a rim baking sheet, we're going to let these chill in the fridge for 30 minutes, helping them firm up and keep their...
Okay, 30 minutes of fridge time. I can fit you in. Alright, 30 minutes. I've made a mess. Somebody's gotta clean this up. And this time it will be me. Because nobody else works here. Apparently. Freaking Steve left the job yesterday. Just walked out. Hate Steve. Always hated him. Cool. The meatballs already. Been up. Come on. You wanna. Probably dip the other stuff in their mixtures, huh?
shape before we start frying. In that same carbon steel skillet, wiped clean with 3 tablespoons of melted butter. These guys are really small, so by the time they're browned all over, they should be cooked through, but if they're not, you can finish them in the oven. The bigger concern here is burning the butter. We're going to use the butter to build the sauce, so we don't want it to burn. The sheer amount of meat and moisture in this pan should help prevent that from happening, but don't overdo it with the heat, keep your wits about you, and don't be afraid to finish these guys in the oven. Once they're either cooked through or you're ready to build the sauce, it's time to extract these guys from the situation and build a roux in all that beautiful melted butter. So we're adding 2...
Okay, so you guys, you're going on the stove. I'm not putting you on a pot. That'll take too long. Alright, you're good. What's next?
Tablespoons of flour to the pan and whisking it in with all that delicious fat, cooking for 1 to 2
Oh,
minutes until the raw flour smell dis...
Wait, this was the orange, wasn't it? That was the orange. I don't know what happened to the potatoes. Uh-oh. Well, wherever they were, they're gone now. I guess people are just gonna have orange-tasting potatoes. Pizza plate. Basic. Okay. Beef chunk, beef chunk, beef chunk, chunk, beef chunk, and beef chunk. Pickle, 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 and pickle. Orange potato, orange potato, orange potato, potato, and orange potato. Alright, so who is going to get this? Let us find out. Steak with french fries? Sure. Right, it's coming right up. Alright, how did I do? That is fair. I will give you that. Go along. What am I gonna do with all this? I just There we go. No more messy kitchen because there is no more kitchen. I destroyed it.